Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. It's nice to see a few faces. Yeah, it's been a long day. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty there. Yeah, 3 people on the screen. Actually, we can show 6 if we get really energetic, but that's as far as we can go. You can even pop everybody out in the middle like we're on Skype or something. So my favorite thing. So welcome Brian and Marilyn Paranormal and Wendy and Gonzalo. And all right, let me start this. The way this is going to work is Carlos is on screen and he's also going to be in the chat. And Lisette will close the session. So welcome to the last session of the second day of Parapsychology Foundation International Affiliates Conference. And we would like to thank Dr. Alejandro Parra, Hideyuki Kokubo, Dr. Chris Rowe, Dr. Fatima Machado, and her adorable husband with the beard, Dr. Wellington Zangari, and Dr. Mario Varvoglis for giving of their time and their energy to prepare a 40-year romp, 50-year romp, a long segment of time, 40-year romp across the history of parapsychology in their countries, as well as laying out for us the future of parapsychology in their countries. And I think I'm speaking for the 3 of us when I say we were already optimistic about the future of the field, but hearing what's going on in all of these places and how the expansion is happening in what looks to us like the right way, we're even more enthusiastic and optimistic than we were this morning, or yesterday morning even. And I hope you are too. So one of the things we wanted to mention before Lisette makes her closing comments is that this is our 65th anniversary year. The Parapsychology Foundation became a corporation on December 14th, 1951, right, Lisette? So that's the birthday. And that makes this, 2016, the 65th year of the Parapsychology Foundation's operation. So we want to talk about some of the things that we're working on to celebrate this year across this year. One is we're launching the Parapsychology Foundation Online Academy here on WizIQ with taught courses sometime later this spring. And we'll be getting out announcements through Lisa Coley's WizIQ page and the Facebook pages and all of the places that we know to market. So hopefully you won't miss any of those notices. We're in the process of redesigning the 5 Parapsychology Foundation websites. That was supposed to say websites there. I don't know how I managed that one. But they are parapsychology.org, pflyceum.org, our educational site, the ehe.org site, psychicexplorers.org, and then also scimart.com. And I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of what the design of scimart is going to look like. We're also going to be launching a Parapsychology Foundation Cafe Press store, and taking all of our wonderful logos and images and photos and whatever and putting them out on tote bags and all that wonderful things, what the kids call merch. So you'll see a little card on the YouTube page and information elsewhere once that's launched. We're also already planning Book Expo 2016. I'll tell you a little bit more about Book Expo 2015 when we're looking at the front of the YouTube page. But that was a very, very interesting experience, and we definitely want to repeat that as new books come out that are both academic books and really good trade paperbacks or popular books, as well as books that are not just in English, but in lots of different languages. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Parapsychology Foundation YouTube channel, and then we'll take a look at that. On that channel, you can find the PF Book Expo 2015 playlist. We've got 4 presentations up there as is, and we're working on the last 3. We've also started converting a lot of the old film from Parapsychology Foundation, the Perspectives Lecture series, which went from the 90s up until the early 2000s and has many, many, many iterations, many speakers, and interviews that were done with notable individuals and other films from PF's history. And these are in the process of being converted so that we can edit them and upload them later on in the year. So there's lots of things planned to celebrate our 65th. And this is a sneak preview of the front page of the new SciMart.com, which will have a shopping cart, yay! And will be a bit more limited in terms of the materials that are there than the previous, but that's okay because what we're zooming in on are all the best stuff and the stuff that's still in print, and there'll be hopefully quite a lot of extra things added in, but we thought this was kind of a nice redesign with an homage to our old colors and so on. So we have a great designer, and we're also working on parapsychology.org right now, and hopefully we'll have these launched very soon. This is, if you haven't seen it, the Parapsychology Foundation YouTube channel. You'll notice that you can get to all of the different websites and the 2 Facebook pages from here just by clicking on those links. If you have an account on YouTube, you can subscribe and hang on to this. You can support the channel. There are featured channels listed on the side, and these are other channels in parapsychology that we feel very positively about. This list, I'm sure, will expand. And we have at the moment, we have a channel trailer from Lisette and a series of our liked videos, things that we've seen that are on other YouTube channels, such as this interview with Ed May, which is on the Parapsychological Association channel. You can see here there's the book, Parapsychology Foundation Book Expo 2015. We've got the introductory session. We have a talk by Etzel Cardania on parapsychology, the handbook for the 21st century, by Ed Kelly on Beyond Physicalism, Towards Reconciliation of Science and Spirituality, by David Jaher, who wrote The Witch of Lime Street, which is a book about Harry Houdini and the medium Marjorie in the 1920s, and another one by Aileen Simmons, who wrote Aldous Huxley's Hands, his quest for perception and the origin and return of psychedelic science. And I think there's one more. There'll be a couple more there later on. So you'll see these playlists expand over this year as we add the Perspectives Lecture, the May Forum, and this conference as well. So this is a great go-to place to stop in and not only watch the PF's content, but also get some good recommendations for where else on YouTube you can find quality information. And this link will be live when you download the PowerPoint. And these are the playlists in a little bit more detail. I forgot about that. And we have videos about the Parapsychology Foundation. I made a tour of all of the websites some while back. And there's, interestingly enough, we found a very nice video about Eileen J. Garrett. So this playlist also, this link will be live. All you need to do is go to YouTube and you can subscribe, or you can search for Parapsychology Foundation in the search bar and you will get our channel. So that's a good thing to do. So that's what's coming up in the future, and I hope everybody is going to be I was just about to say I hope everybody is going to be as eager as Gonzalo to buy a PF t-shirt from the Parapsychology Foundation's Cafe Press store, but now we're going to have to take a picture of Dr. Alvarado so we can put him on a t-shirt. So I'm going to get out of the way, and Lisette, if you can turn your mic back on. Lisette is going to close.
Well, as opposed to the shirt that Gonzalo was waiting for, I long promised Dr. Alvarado his Keep by Ken Bloggy. So I'm sure he'll make an accommodation for signed autographs at some point. But to return to seriousness, I think it's apropos at this point if I conclude this, the first of our renewed National Forum. I want to conclude with words written by my grandmother, Eileen Garrett, our founder, paraphrased by me, appeared in her book Many Voices, published way back in 1962, which still rings true today. Quote Eileen Garrett. Future, as psychical research, would appear to be in jeopardy, not from the lack of necessity, because the changes occurring in the world altered the universe, and there is no time for quiet research. The home circles, once extant and elsewhere, have almost disappeared. Television, now absorbed, once we expected. The gift of critical study did not carry the founding fathers of practical far enough to have that influence. It has taken statistical methods coupled with analyses to open our eyes to outward psychic phenomena. Factors we remembered when we find a theory, symbolic and broader humanity as it is. Scientific knowledge counts in the eyes of modern man. It obliges everyone seeking self-knowledge to survey the seeking for responsibility for our acts. Finding. After years of searching for the meaning of mediumship, all aspects of parapsychology, I find the individual is part of the herd, whether we like it or not. Yet we must nevertheless become the object of self-knowledge in order to understand our place, hive. One lives a fuller life when one comprehends the world of dreams, psychic impulses, urges. Great parades of scientists open doors to knowledge, and as keepers of the verities, their secret of success, their willingness to learn, each eager to examine the scientific of their world. Close quote. It is apparent that our international gathered during the past 2 days to express their willingness to learn by examining the scientific world. It illuminated us, aroused our curiosity more fully individual mindset and country of origin, new perspectives, and their perspectives. Indeed, as Garrett realized, these scientists and academics, RPF International Affairs, help us understand our place, hive of people. Busy bees all salute their efforts and thank them for sharing with us. Thank you to our international affiliates, past and present, and without fail, we must say to Dr. Nancy Zingrone, Dr. Carlos Alvarado, without whom we would be hard-put sponsors of valuable events. Their input, wide-ranging knowledge of the subject matter, and our working knowledge is invaluable. We must, however, without fail, profusely add our thanks to you, our audience, those around the globe shared in this event in their individual. Together, as my grandmother long envisioned, we can, as a community, combine our various thoughts, experiences, and conclusions, gain greater understanding, workings and meanings of psychic phenomena, and thus gain greater self-understanding of the world which all the help it can give. So till next time, this concludes, regretfully, but happily in other matters, our international affiliate. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, everybody. We're going to close off our ending. I didn't even want to do it. I don't want to close it off. We're going to close off our ending session, and thank you so much for having come, and thank you, Lisa, for those wonderful words, and we'll see you on the course. Bye, everybody.